Many of the best artists and producers only use 2 chords in their production, but why? Because keeping it simple is all they need. Brent uses a 1-2 chord progression in Where You At. Frank Ocean used a more common R&B 1-4 chord progression, which can be seen in the songs like Chanel.
Girl, and he got 5 stories to tell. I see both sides like Chanel's.
But this also sounds completely different on Leon Thomas's Vibes Don't Lie.
Flowers die and diamonds don't.
Which just shows using 2 chords still makes the possibilities endless. So we're going to break down a theory of using 2 chords and show you how to elevate them to create a great R&B beat. So for our sample, we're going to use the 4-1 chord progression using the simple triads, but there's a number of ways we can still use them chords but still keep it simple. Here it is in its simplest form. But you can also make them richer by adding 7ths and 9ths. Or you could even invert them to give it a more depth. Or like I did, we can add extra bass notes and extra top line melodies to just give it some extra flavor. So first, why do artists like to keep it simple? For R&B artists, you want to leave room for their vocals. They also give a strong emotional impact and the loopability that creates that R&B groove. And it just makes layering so much more easier. Because of the simple chords, it makes it perfect to layer them string sounds because of that half step note. And they really give it that R&B emotion. So we added this first long string. And I use this pitch bend at the end to give it that realistic violin tension. Then we added this trill string, again using the 4-1 notes. Then again another string, again using that half step. Then a stab string version. Then I use a pizzicato ascending notes to give it that like R&B build up. Again, keeping it simple, using all them notes in that minor 7th. Then I made a B version where I just added a delay. See how all these notes are just like 1 notes and they're so simple, but they're still creating a nice sense of feeling. And for these sort of samples, feeling is very important. Then to complement them strings and work off of them, I added some descending bells. And you can see the 2 simple chords are creating such atmosphere. Then for texture, I just added these strum notes of the same chords and added this pitch delay, which really feeds in them higher end frequencies in the mix. Before we get into the next part of the video, I want to bring you today's sponsor, DistroKid. If you're producing songs and collaborating with other artists and producers, then this is perfect for you, as you can add as many collaborations as you want and give them the correct amount of splits. They offer a bunch of free tools, make it super easy to upload your music to all streaming platforms. And the best bit is you keep 100% of your earnings. So if you want to sign up, use the link down below and you will get yourself a 7% discount of your first year subscription. For more of those R&B elements, I added like an arpeggiated guitar, and if we deconstruct this, we can see using the bass notes of the 4-1, then just using an arpeggiated notes, still staying in those chords. For the bass, because of the bounce of the ARP sounds, I wanted to create a bounce with the bass that fits that perfect. So I layered a bass guitar and a sub, again following the bass notes and creating them riffs to fill in the gaps to just keep it interesting. Because how simple the chords were, this allows you to drag in most R&B vocal samples. So I found this that fits perfect. Then for the B part of the beat, this was just to break up the sample and give it a different vibe. So with this lead, I layered a triton and a citrus. I made an automation for the first note. You can see here the pitch is set to 2, which means as the automation goes down, then it's basically bringing it from a B note to an A, which as you can see in the chords, an A is the 7th of that B minor. Then again, using the bass note of a chord, I just recorded in a guitar wah. Then to just give it a new texture, I found this atmospheric sound effect, which you can see I played a long note of the 1, and I'll solo it so you can hear the texture it's gonna give. Then I just added some sound effects and percussion. Then for the drums, I want to keep those simple, because as I mentioned earlier, the artist wants to have room for the vocals. So I just play the drums on their own. Then together, if we play the sample, it all sounds like this.